Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As usual, if possible, switch on your camera, okay, so I can see you, okay. So today, before we start with our lecture, I think I want to discuss about your assignments, your written assignment, because many of you have been asking about your assignment, okay. Mostly, you are not sure about the title, okay. So I have given you samples. So many coming in. Can you see what I am sharing? Is it just blank or is it the document on the assignments?
It's just black screen.
Blank,
Your document.
I'll try again. Okay, you can see the document? All right.
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. Okay, so here, with regard to the deadlines that I have given you just now, so you still have around a month, okay, around 5 weeks to complete your written assignment. I think that should be ample time, okay, but you have got to start now. For your individual quiz, okay, it will be on 1st December. It will be MCQ, multiple choice question, which means it's objectives, okay. You've got to choose A, B, C, or D, all right. So this one, we will cover topics that we have covered in class, okay, and I will inform you which chapter to which chapter, okay. And then also you remember the video is linked to the written assignment. The video, okay, is up to your creativity, but it must capture your written assignment. It is a video, it is not a presentation, okay? It's not a video of your presentation. So I don't need all 5 of you to be talking or speaking, you know, or just repeating what you have written. Okay, I don't want PowerPoint presentations. Okay, I want, you know, real videos that capture, okay, whatever argument that you made in your assignment. Okay, so you can take maybe clips from the movies that you have sampled, okay, inside the video, okay. So I've seen, okay, all the topics that you have given, right? Some of you have taken it exactly like the examples that I gave you, right? It's okay, but I have mentioned before that the topics must be specific, okay? And that whatever topic that you choose, there has to be the 3 components. You have to have the concepts or the theories here, the issue, and the media. Okay, so if you're going to choose cultural imperialism and the representation of Muslims in American movies, okay, you have to make it more specific. Representations of what? Okay, representations of Muslim women, representations of Muslim men, representation of Muslims as violent, okay? It's got to be specific. In which American movies? Of course, in your title, you don't have to list the movies, okay? But in your work, in your assignment, okay, you must choose specific movies. You cannot just generalize all American movies, okay? Because your analysis must be made based on the movies that you have selected. Okay, maybe you can select 5 to 8 movies, okay? Don't need like until 20 or 30. You cannot watch all of them. All right? Because your analysis must be made based on the evidence. Okay, we don't want to make just general assumption that all American movies. Okay, some American movies, and you have to specify which movies and in what way do they impose cultural imperialism. Can you follow? All right. Okay. Or you can say here, globalization and the representation of women in Korean TV series. You have to tell me which TV series. Okay, you've got to select a few, cannot just select one. Okay, If you select one, then you have to name, okay, globalization and the representation of women in the Korean TV series. What jumping on you?
Crash landing on you.
There's a crash landing on you. Okay, all right. Okay, crash landing sounds more polite. Okay, all right. So here, you get what I'm saying? And in terms of representation, what? Representation of what? Okay, is it the way they dress, the way they are, what? Representation of the wife, representation of the mother, representation of the daughter. Okay, is it a representation of the family unit? Okay, why must it be specific? So that there is a point to your assignment, because it's very easy to make a broad assumptions. Okay, can you follow what I am saying here? All right, so everything must be specific so that when you show me your assignment, there is no way it can be redundant with another group. Okay, because your analysis will be yours based on the samples, okay, the movies or the music videos that you chose. Okay, so the content, you must have the introduction, okay, the introduction must tell me why you chose this topic. Why are you going to talk about women? Why are you going to talk about LGBTs? Why are you going to talk about, okay, the Africans? Why? Okay. Literature review. Okay, some of you are maybe first year students. You're not familiar with literature review. So you just have to find, okay, maybe journal articles, even online articles are okay. Okay, that have addressed the issue that you are going to talk about. Because you want to look at what other people have said. Right? What are the other kind of arguments that you can also use? Conceptual framework, okay, is just this one. You need to give me, okay, your own understanding. Okay, you have to write about what you understand of cultural imperialism. What is globalization? What is Orientalism? Whatever concept that you choose, you must explicate it, okay, to match, all right, your title. Yeah, it has to be relevant to what you are doing. Yeah. So methodology, all right, we're not doing a full research paper. So what I just need from you is to tell me how you sampled, okay, how you chose the American movies that you studied. If you chose 5, list me the 5. Tell me why the 5 and summarize for me what the movie is about, what is the background of the movie. Okay? And then how did you analyze? Okay, so your analysis here, this is why it has to be specific. You just say, oh, we only analyze the movie, okay, to look at how the movie portrays the mother, the role of the mother, for example. So you can specify, okay, what are the categories that you look at, okay? How they represent, how the mothers dress, how the mothers talk. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we mean by analysis. And then you show me the result. Okay, what did you get from your analysis? Okay, culture, okay, you found cultural imperialism in the movie Emily in Paris. Okay, which part? Show me exactly where you mean there is cultural imperialism. And of course, we want to talk about the issues and challenges. Okay, why, for example, it's so easy to culturally imperialize via movies. Why Muslims are always being, what we call it, negatively portrayed. Okay, and then you give me your own reflections and conclusions. I think that should be clear. Okay, of course, there must be references. Okay, always reference. Okay, do not plagiarize. You know what we mean by plagiarize, right? If you copy paste the content. Okay, I understand that most works that we do is never original. We take it from other people's ideas. But then we need to acknowledge and we need to put their ideas into our own interpretations. So whatever you take, you must put it into your own words and paraphrase. And if you're taking it word by word, you need to reference them. Okay? So this is very important when you are writing an academic paper. It's a good training that you have to adopt, okay, because you will need to be very conscious about plagiarism issues throughout your life in the university as well after university. Okay, so please be careful, all right? So it's okay, if your English is not perfect, then I know it's you writing it. All right? So, but please make it understandable. Right? Language is also going to be what we call it, assessed. All right? So I know you are very smart people. I know you know many ways, okay, that you can use to proofread your paper. Okay, and I know there are many softwares that people are using as long as the software is ethical. Okay, do not use those translators. Okay, translating softwares. Okay, because it can change the meaning of what you are trying to say. All right. Okay, so I think that should be it. I think that should be clear. You can start working on your assignment, and I think everyone already has their own group. Is that true? Okay, so any questions regarding assignment? Okay, no questions. Good. Okay, you can start so that we don't have to rush. Yes, sure.
So for example, like for one topic, we have to talk about 5 movies, right? So is it like each member talks about one movie in the assignment? Like, is that the content you want to see?
No, I want a group work. Okay, so I don't prefer that, you know, this part is being done by this person and things like that. Okay, you don't need to list to me, okay, who did what. But with regards to your assignment, when you choose that 5 movies, it means that when you make the analysis, you refer to these 5 movies. So you understand? It's not really that, okay, Shafika would watch this movie and analyze, you use this movie and analyze. No, you make a, what we call it, combined analysis from these 5 movies. After watching these 5 movies, what did you get? Okay, and then you can point out, for example, in your analysis, okay, in the scene from the movie, what movie, or in the scene in Emily in Paris episode 5, Emily went to do this. Okay, and this is an example of what. You understand? You can refer to the scenes, okay, to particular movie to support your arguments.
Okay. Does that count as a reference also, madam?
No, you can, because you've already told me, right, in the methodology which movie you sampled. Okay, so if it's your own works, then you don't have to use it as reference. References is if when you read from another, you know, sometimes movie summary or movie critic, and then you take it there and put it in your article.
Okay, understood. All right, thank you, madam.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, very good. Means everyone understand. Okay. So now we can move on, okay, with our next topic. So we've discussed already, I think, 4 chapters. What is the maximum page number? Okay, the maximum words is 4,000 to 5,000 words. Okay, so I'm not sure how many page that would be. All right, so we go by what we call it, number of words, but the number of words does not include list of references. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, hold on, yeah. Oh, please ask Abang. All right. So now we go with our class. Okay, can you see the slides? So this is our topic today. Media and societal effects. So this is actually a continuation from what we have discussed in the last class. If you remember, in the last class, we've talked about the roles and functions of media, okay, in a society. So this class, we focus on society, not individuals, okay? Society means, okay, big groups of people, okay? So what are the effects? So in the last class, if you remember, we talk about two ways to look at this relationship. You can take the dominant paradigm or what we call as the functional paradigm. So in this paradigm, we see that the media serves a specific function. So there is a list of functions, okay? So media serves as a function, okay? And it is media does not hold responsibility or accountability to what people do with the media. You understand the statement here? Media has a function, media has a goal. For example, the goal of the media is to inform us, okay? So that is the role of the media. But the media is not responsible to what we do with the information. Okay, so the media has given us information, but some people have, wrongly used this information, created fake news. So this, according to this dominant paradigm, is not the influence or the effects of the media. Can you follow? Okay, but we have also talked about, okay, the alternative paradigm, where we take a critical look at the media. Okay, so this is, I'm refreshing you from the last class, okay? So in this course, like I've mentioned previously, okay, we will take this critical look, all right? We do not agree with the dominant paradigm because the critical paradigm claims, okay, there is more to what the media does, okay? That beyond giving us information and giving us entertainment, okay, the media also has affected us and changed society, okay, especially in terms of bringing in cultures, new cultures. Okay, can you see? All right, two ways to look at the media, the dominant paradigm and the alternative paradigm. Okay, so the alternative paradigm is more critical. And this is the paradigm, okay, the way we will look at the media, okay, the relationship between media and society, okay, in this course. So far can understand, all right? Okay. So let's start with this one. Can you see this handbag? Okay. Who knows what handbag is this?
Probably Hermes.
Hermes,
Hermes.
yeah. Okay, all right, Nabila, you know your handbags, okay? So it is an Hermes, okay? Not Hermes, La Hermes. You've got to even learn how to pronounce the name of this handbag because it's not just any handbag, right, Nabila? Okay? It's not a handbag your lecturer can wear. Okay? So this is an Hermes Birkin. Okay, it's a Birkin. So it is stated, okay, it is claimed to be the most expensive handbag in the world. Okay, it is the most expensive handbag in the world. How much is it?
I think it depends on the, but
So
it's
basically,
more affordable.
yes, okay, according to Nabila, it depends. Yes, there's no ceiling to the price of the handbag. But today, I think the most expensive they have sold, I think at around 200,000 US dollars. Okay, not ringgit Malaysia, US dollars, 200,000. Now, okay, maybe for people like us who cannot afford it, we think, why would anyone pay so much money for a handbag? Okay, but of course, there are many claims to why this handbag is very expensive. Because it's personalized. Okay, that means if Nabila bought this particular Birkin, she's the only one in the whole wide world will have this particular color, this particular leather, I don't know lah, but personalized to her. And you will have to...
Expensive one is 385,000 sold at auction.
Okay, yes, then they auction it out. Okay, and then the handbag, all right? Okay, look what leather is this, okay? Croc skin. You know what's croc skin? Crocodile skin. Can you imagine how many people had to die to get this crocodile skin? Okay, so probably that's one of the reasons. But still, 200,000, almost 1 million ringgit for a piece of bag. Okay? So of course, this bag is quite controversial in Malaysia. It has caused a political crisis for a couple of years. All right. So who has this bag? Huh? Kak Ros, yeah? Kak Ros has this bag. Okay. So point is, okay, what I want to establish here, okay, why would we put so much value on a handbag? Okay.
Maybe we can for fashion.
Yeah, we
Maybe
look fashionable. Yes, right? When you own an expensive handbag and you wear it, you feel proud, right? And you want to show it off. Okay, maybe girls can understand this. Maybe now you only wear Vinci handbag lah kan. But when you're in the future and you can afford it, okay? So yes, people wear it for acknowledgement, isn't it? All right? So why else do we want to buy and wear use such an expensive handbag?
Because fashion is a social construct, and a lot of people feel like if they do fancy things and expensive things, is the only way they will get validation and be superior in a crowd they already live in.
Yes, okay. Because we put, that means what? That means we put cultural values to this bag. That this bag is not just a bag. This bag is a measure of success, a measure of wealth, a measure of lifestyle, okay, a measure of what we call it, what style. Can you understand? That it is more than just a bag. Then when someone pays 1 million ringgit for this bag, they're not really paying for that crocodile skin. Okay, kesian the crocodile, right? It's not really about the crocodile. They are paying for the image that they will get, right? The recognition that they will get. Is it true or not? Okay. Maybe we don't wear Birkin. Yes, paying for social status. Yes. Okay. I am wearing mask. You wear mask? Huh?
your voice is problem.
My voice.
Your microphone or something, because it was all zzz just now.
Oh, okay. My voice is breaking.
Now it's okay. Just now it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Maybe all the Hermes ghost is angry with me. Okay. But point here, okay, like I said, right, this is a social status. It has become a symbol. All right. And culture is just symbolic. All right. It is what we put, it is the meaning that we put to it. Okay. Now, what is the relationship with this and media and society? Okay. Here, I just want to point out, okay, that this is just a handbag. But it's more than a handbag because it has symbolic values. Okay, it has symbolic meaning. And the meaning are all those things that you have shared with me just now. Okay, so who creates this meaning? Okay, who tells us? Okay, the more expensive your handbag, the more stylish you are. Of course, the media, because the cost is media and society. All right, okay, but if you can put this into context, it's more than just the media. The media is one of the reasons why, the influence. Okay, the media has helped create all of these cultures. Cultures of trying to what? To get designer handbags. Okay, who tells us about designer handbags? We watch it, we see it in the magazine, we see it on on television, we watch Emily in Paris, we watch, I don't watch, some of you watch Sex and the City, for example. Okay, Gossip Girl. So what else? So all of these American, especially teenage movies, modern teenage movies, is all about selling products. Yeah, you watch Gossip Girl, right? I don't know after that, what else? Pretty Little Liars. Okay, and then I don't know, younger generation, what else they watch. But it has something to do with this. Okay, it's always portraying a certain kind of lifestyle. And then what happens? Then you have the Malay girls, the Chinese girls, all over the world trying to adapt and adopt these lifestyles. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss today. Culture, more specifically. Okay, and it's very important after we have gone through this topic, you understand the centrality of culture with regard to the relationship between media and society. Okay? So, when we talk about the relationship, okay, between media and society and culture, we're really specifically talking about mass culture. Okay? We've already discussed this, mass culture. All right, what is mass culture? It is not traditional culture. Okay? You know what's traditional culture? Culture that you are born with, for example. Okay? Culture that is very related to your own ethnic group, your religious group, okay? Specific categories. But mass culture does not belong to any categories because it is adopted by everyone regardless of background, okay? And it is not, it has no what we call as a specific or original source. You know, like when we talk about Muslim culture, we have a specific source. Okay, Malay cultures, it is inherited for the past hundreds and thousands of years. Okay, but mass culture is a modern invention. It's new. Okay, so when did we start adopting mass culture? So we need to go back and understand a little bit of the history. So the history starts here during the industrialization age in America. Okay, industrialization age in the US. When did this happen? The early 1900s, okay, when most of part of the world were experiencing the First War, Second War, okay, we were all struggling, okay, the Europeans were colonizing us, we were being colonized, okay, China not colonized by anyone but have their own issues, okay, trying to find their own identity with communism. Okay, Japan was coming after us. So while the rest of the world was not in this stable condition, the Americans, on the other hand, were developing and experiencing industrialization. Okay, you realize this, right? They were not involved in any of the war. They came towards the end just to bomb Japan, and then that's it. They said bye-bye. Okay, so America, okay, had a different, what we call it, structure, okay? During this time, they discovered, okay, to be successful, okay, to be a, what we call it, powerful state, they need to focus on industrialization. Industrialization means turning from rural lifestyle to urban lifestyle, to city lifestyle, okay? From agriculture to modern industries, factories. Okay, so they started to build big factories to produce a lot of things, and they produce it in mass quantities. They produce a lot. Okay, they started to produce what? Cars. Ford, you know Ford, the car Ford, okay? Okay, they was the first among the biggest mass-produced vehicles. The Germans came out with the automobile technology, but it was the Americans that mass-produced it. They created factories. Okay? So when they created all these big factories, they need people to work in these factories. So who came? All of those people in the rural areas. So these people from the rural areas, they left their agricultural lifestyle, you know, no more tanam pokok. Okay, they go to the city to work in the factories. So why were they given this idea, you know, industrialization? Because they talk about modernity. Okay, so they tell the people, all right, so who are they? They basically, the leaders at that time, the elites, those people who wanted to adopt this new way of living. Okay, they tell the people, you know, all of us, we've got to be modern. What does modernity mean? So in this sense, okay, they tell the people, okay, you can be a modern man, which means you can dictate your own fate. Okay, what is the opposite of modernity? Okay, the opposite of modernity is not having freedom. Okay, you know, in the old days, right? Okay, cult society were very hierarchical. Okay, you have the king, for example, and then you have the royalties, and then you have the everyday poor people. So the royalties, okay, will continue to be rich, their children, their grandchildren. Okay, but the everyday people, their children, their grandchildren will stay and become what, for example, what we call it, they work in the agricultural sector. They don't go up the ladder. Can you understand or not? That means people are stuck. If you are born poor, you stay poor. But with industrialization and the idea of modernity, they say everyone, okay, can be successful. Okay, you remember that, okay, for example, New York in the US, they call it the melting pot. Okay, and have you heard of the term, the American dream? That many people go to the US because they want to achieve the American dream. The American dream is a representation of modernism. It means that if you work hard, if you put, okay, everything that you want, you know all those motivational quotes, right? Don't limit yourself, do whatever you want, okay, work really hard, don't quit, then you can be rich and powerful too, that you can achieve your dreams. Can you understand? So there is a liberating, okay, way of living your life. So that is modernism. Can you understand the relationship here? So when there's industrialization, there's a change of the way people think, okay, and people were adopting modernity, okay. So they started, okay, to look at life differently, okay. Can you follow what I'm saying so far? Is this too boring? Okay, boring or not boring, too bad lah, coming out in your quiz and exam, okay. But point is what here, okay? So all of these are Western ideas. Okay, they came from the West first. The idea that you can do whatever you want. You are the center of your life. You dictate your fate. Okay, in one way, this is very positive, right? Okay, it motivates people to do their best. Okay, it doesn't limit individuals. It's a good thing. But at the same time, all right, modernism is very secular. Okay, the idea that you are the center of your world, that you can dictate your fate. This is total opposite to basically to the Muslim, to the Islamic principles, right? Of course, Islam tells us to work hard, all right, to, to never limit yourself. But at the same time, we put a limit in the sense that Allah dictates, Allah decides. Okay, so this is just to show, to compare the idea of westernization and modernism. Okay, can you follow so far? So here you see, okay, at that time, the Americans especially, they all worked, the children, the women, okay, because they were all for industrialization. So what happens when you see here? Everybody is doing the same thing, right? When you work in a factory, because they want to mass produce. The word is mass. What is mass? So many, right? But it is undiscriminated. It's all the same. So what you have is mass society. People come, they work in the factory, but they adopt the same idea. Okay? And they started to have the idea of mass culture. That means you need to produce new cultures that can be adopted by everyone, so that people are no longer tied to their traditional culture. Remember, to be modern, okay, you need to break away from your traditional ways of thinking. Okay? So far, can understand or not what we mean by mass culture? All right? It is a culture that is produced. Okay, like these people going to the city, thinking, okay, that they can work hard and be rich, and they all believe the same thing. Okay, it is put on them. So this is what we mean, okay, a mass culture, right? But mass culture is more than just adapting the same values like these people, all right? Now, what I'm trying to show you here is that when the Americans, they all focus on industrialization, modernism, this is what we also consider as capitalism. Because they start to believe you work hard, you produce a lot, you make money, you are successful. Can you understand capitalism? That is the Western values, that is the American principles. So when they start to change this lifestyle, then they all become very capitalistic. It's all about profit making. And then when we talk about culture, culture must make money. Okay? So this is what we get as a result. Mass culture. You know this band? Okay, I would call them the best, okay, there ever was or ever will be. The best band, huh? So, what is this? Who's this?
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Right.
Beatles.
Okay, most of you, okay, you're only 20, but you know the Beatles. Okay, even though, okay, most of them are dead. But why do we know them? And then even I made a claim just now, right?
The history.
Best in the world, I said. Okay? We all know the song Evergreen. What song? Alamak, song pula, don't know. Huh. What is the Let It Be lah, apa semua, you don't know. Never mind lah, you don't know the song. Because too far the generation gap. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Aisha Humaira really knows her songs. Okay? So basically, all of us, okay, Malay generations, okay, these Chinese students, the Arab students, the Indian students, we all know the Beatles. Okay? But the Beatles does not sing in our language. They do not wear our attire. Okay? But we look up to them. So who told you about the Beatles? Probably your parents or your grandparents. Now imagine the Beatles, okay, they were really popular in the 50s and the 60s. That was the time of your grandparents, okay, because you people are still very young. Okay, maybe your parents. Okay, so 50s, 60s Malaysia, 50s, 60s China, 50s, 60s India, what kind of country? Are we developed yet? We just have our independence. Your grandparents probably still living in the villages. But even when they are at their village, they are wearing bell bottoms. You know what's bell bottoms? This kind of pants, you know? It's very tight and then very flowy at the bottom. Yes, like this. Everybody's got that hand gestures. Yeah, that's something like that.
The fashion has returned.
Yes, okay. You've seen, right? Maybe a photo of your uncle. Okay, a photo of your grandpa wearing this. Now, how come in the 50s, 60s, for example, in Malaysia, we were so angry at the British, okay, for colonizing us, but when they left, we adopt what they wear. Okay, and it's not even, they are British, yes. Okay, so this is the start of a new culture, mass culture. Can you follow? So of course, where did our grandparents know about Beatles? The media. Okay? So media, especially American media. Okay, then suddenly, okay, everyone in the world, after they've got their independence, they all go to the cinema and watch what? Hollywood movies. And suddenly everybody, okay, all your people from different country, different religion, different ethnicity, but we can all sit down and watch the same movie. We can all watch Marvel movies, for example. You know, now Marvel movies, all the villain are gods. The gods are the evil ones, right, in the Marvel movies. Okay, they're all gods, but it's okay lah, just movie Muslims also can watch. So this is what we mean by mass culture. Mass culture. Okay. And then this one. The Golden Arches. McDonald's. Anyone have never been to McDonald's? Okay. That McDonald's, your happy place, Aisha Humaira. Yes, okay. Happy place for many of you. Okay, I got to admit it's my happy place too. Because it keeps my children quiet. Okay, so, and you know, fast food is the best answer for any mothers. Trust me, right? It takes so much. I just feed them McNuggets every day. That's why they're all oversized. Okay. But point is, why McDonald's? Now probably, okay, our Chinese friends first come to Malaysia, but I heard McDonald's is not that popular in China. KFC is, isn't it? Okay, the Chinese prefer Kentucky Fried Chicken. They like chicken. Okay. But when you came to Malaysia, for example, you cannot accept nasi lemak lah, nasi campur. The local delicacy probably looks very foreign. But then you see McDonald's, something familiar. Okay. Why? Because is burger or McDonald's something that originated from China? No. Is it originated?
Yeah, we have, but not very popular.
Okay, yes, yeah, of course. Okay, you have McDonald's. Of course, you have. All countries have McDonald's. I know it's not popular. It's more popular Kentucky, but it is there, right? So when you come to Malaysia, you see it. Oh, it's okay. You've seen it before.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is that it is universal, all over the world. McDonald's. In Malaysia, I think in Gombak area, more McDonald's than the masjid. Isn't it right? Every 2 kilometers, McDonald's. The Petronas got McDonald's. Shell got McDonald's. Melawati Mall. Melawati Mall got McDonald's. I don't know. You go into UIA, got McDonald's. You go out of UIA, got McDonald's. Okay? So there's just so many McDonald's. But the point is, how is McDonald's mass culture? McDonald's sells hamburger. Is that our traditional food? No. Traditional food? Of course, young generation today, children, they are born and then they eat McDonald's already, of course.
Burger Ramly, madam? Burger
Ramly, yeah, we will get to Burger Ramly.
Okay.
Okay? So, but it's a good understanding you're there, okay? So McDonald's, okay? Originally not our food, but we all eat it, no problem. Do we have to learn how to like McDonald's? No. All right, why? Because McDonald's makes it fun. Yes, your happy place. You go McDonald's, you get Happy Meal. And then when were you trained to get this Happy Meal? Since you were small. Okay? And then now with McDonald's, okay, you get one package, right? Okay, your value meal, got burger, got fries, and then got what we call it, soft drink. 18 ringgit. Okay, the price has gone up. Okay, for the large value meal. Okay, 18 ringgit, and you say it's quite cheap, right? You think it's cheap? 18 ringgit, you get fries, you get water, you get burger. Okay, all right lah, you say 18 ringgit quite expensive, 15 ringgit. Okay lah, madam.
A good lunch at the kedai mamak for 5 ringgit.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yes, that's why you go with mamak, because you hope to you put values that mamak must be 5 ringgit. If mama offers you nasi with kuah and chicken and 15 ringgit, would you consider it expensive? Yes. Now let's compare chicken. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Then you have the Korean chicken now, right? Korean chicken very popular at the moment. And suddenly anything Korean got sweet sour sauce are very nice. But Malays, okay, in local you have ayam goreng kunyit. Local chicken. Okay, I'm sure the Chinese have their own local chicken, right? So KFC, 2 pieces of KFC chicken, 12 ringgit. Okay lah, madam, can. All right. Korean chicken always very small, right? Maybe because they're like Koreans, they're small people. So they eat small chicken. But never mind the small chicken, as long as got sauce, 20 ringgit can, madam. As long as they give me the plastic gloves. Right? Style lah, eat with gloves. But if your makcik cafe charges you 12 ringgit for 2 piece ayam goreng kunyit. Oh, got to viral this. Got to tell UIA to close because it's too expensive, isn't it? Because if it's local chicken, what happens? Why is it you are willing to pay more for KFC, for Korean chicken, but the makcik local chicken in the cafeteria, you are not willing to pay? Why? You know, it's actually the same chicken, you know, they don't import the chicken from Korea ke, from US ke. Yes, it's something to do with the brand, with the value, the symbols that we put with KFC. You can tell me, ala, it's more crunchy lah, madam, it's nicer, KFC definitely nicer, because your taste has changed. Your taste have been commodified. We have the idea that eating pizza, 30 ringgit, one pizza can. Alright? That it's worth it. Okay? Bias? Yes. Now you think of it as bias. But when you buy it, when you choose, you don't think it's bias because it becomes natural to you to say, oh, McDonald's is better. McDonald's okay if it's more expensive than the local food. That is mass culture. Okay, you talk about Ramly burger just now. Okay, which one is more expensive? Still here, although the burger is flat. Okay, Ramly burger tastes so good, but it is still second-class citizen. Of course, Ramly burger also can be considered mass culture lah. Okay, we have adopted the burger, we have localized the burger. All right, but still, when we compare with the Western imported ones, okay, we put less value. Now, this is where the problem with mass culture occurs. What is the problem? Come on, I talk about chicken lah, I talk about everything. What is the problem with mass culture?
Branding.
Pardon?
Branding.
Branding, yes, branding, okay. But what is the impact? What is the negative part of mass culture?
People will start to follow everything that can be viral.
Yes, then we become followers.
Yeah.
We tend to follow a culture that is not ours.
Our old culture will die.
Yes, it will eventually die. Okay? But then you can say, okay, what is that? We downgrade. Yes. The problem is we tend to put less value into our own tradition, our own culture, our own products. Can you follow or not? It's not a problem about eating pizza. The problem is not about eating burgers. The problem starts when you start to put more value into products and cultures that are Western, that is going to benefit them and not you. When you choose to buy McDonald's over Ramly burger, whose economy is going to benefit? That when you choose all of this mass product, mass culture, in another way, you are also maintaining or supporting their political, economy, society, everything about them will always be better than yours. Can you follow or not? This is where the problem starts. Okay? We lose our own identity and culture. Yes, but there are views that says, okay lah, we are all hybrids now, right? Okay, we cannot be Malay only. We are the Malays that like to eat pizzas. It's okay. But, okay, in one way, we must also see that all of this is not just about culture, because at the end of the day, it will also relate to economy, politics, and society. That we will always be inferior. Okay, we will always be inferior. That we produce our own burgers, but our burgers cannot match or cannot compete with McDonald's. So at the end of the day, McDonald's will always be global, will always be monopolizing the market. Okay, so we will always be the followers. So how come they start, okay, they are able to continue to create mass culture and maintain what we call a status quo. What is the status quo? These balances, okay, this power relation. The status quo in the world right now is American, okay, when we talk about politics and economy. Okay? So why is it that we easily, okay, adopt all of this? This is where the media comes in. Okay, through advertising, okay, through the things that we watch. Okay, what do you watch mostly? Most of you don't watch local film. You don't watch local TV. Why? Because say you local TV, you local drama, you downgrade your own local production. Okay, you say, alah madam, no quality lah, always making stupid jokes. Who says that it's stupid? Because the way we measure or understand, okay, is different already because we've already adopted the same paradigm just like how the Westerners view things. Okay, so if you keep watching imported products, that all you do is watch Netflix, okay, what would you see? What do they eat on Netflix? Do they eat nasi? Do they eat rice? Do they eat the local chicken? No, they eat burgers, they eat pizzas. Can you follow? This is where media comes in. All right. So that is why then pizza, burgers, potato chips, they all become mass culture. Okay. Sometimes it looks cool, right? You eat potato chips out of the bag, just like you see on TV. Okay. You don't eat your keropok out of the bowl. Okay, out of the Tupperware. Okay. So what was the question just now? What about products that only has in America, such as Apple product? Can we say it also due to mass media that people follow to buy? Okay, yes, that's a good observation. Apple, Mac, that all you young students, okay, you want to buy your Apple 12, Apple 11, no money also, no need to eat, but you want to buy that Apple phone. You can argue as much as you like to say that the quality is better lah, the photo is better lah. But at the end of the day, why do you prefer to buy Apple over other cheaper products that can give you the same purpose? The symbol that you put to the product. Okay, my phone is Apple ma, right? But next year already Apple 13. What's going to be with your Apple 12 this year? You sell 500 also, people don't want. Okay? So yes, that is it. I also think people take up smoking because, okay, yes, maybe also, yes, smoking, definitely, because smoking is mass culture. Because why? You smoke, somebody make money. Mass culture. Mass culture always relates to someone making money, someone profiting. Okay? Cigarette smoking, yes, definitely mass culture. And it looks good in the media. All right? Here, you see all these girls here? Okay, do I see any of you inside here? All right? Must be, okay, 10% you are a student. What's this? K-pop concert. Who's watching K-pop? The Chinese, the Indian, the Malays. We don't even speak Korean.
I do.
Yeah, but nowadays many people claim they can speak Korean after they watch, okay, Netflix non-stop for 3 months. Okay? It's Korean so easy lah. No need to understand. Just they speak must got the. Isn't it? That's how they speak, right? Mass culture. No. I only watch once. I can speak Korean already. Okay. But here, you see, okay, of course, English, at least we learn English at school. Okay, American English, we watch, we understand. But how did we like Korean suddenly? Okay, because the Korean movies, the Korean media production, they use the same format, just like the American media, the same format. You understand what I'm trying to say? They commercialize the culture. Okay, when you look, okay, you watch Korean drama and suddenly you want to eat kimchi lah. Okay, suddenly, okay, fried chicken must have sesame on them. Okay, and then suddenly you speak also very different. And suddenly your taste in boys also change. Okay, 5 years ago, One Direction, you still like white people. Okay, but now 5 years later, Korean boys, you like whiter boys. Okay, boys who are whiter and looks like girls. Okay, oh, my daughter very angry if I say, okay, that Korean K-pop, all these BTLs look so not handsome. Okay, but careful girls, when you want to find boyfriend, don't find like the K-pop, okay, they're prettier than you. Okay, always find a partner that's uglier than you, then you'll be safer. Okay, that's how, okay, that's life lessons. Okay, right. So once you start to like to watch all this Korean drama, Korean boy band, Korean films, what comes with it? Korean culture, mass culture, changes the way you eat. Then you start to buy their beauty products. Okay, and they tell you 20 steps every night to clean your face. Come on lah Malay girls, you clean your face 30 times, it still be brown. Okay, because we need to be proud of us. Okay, if I'm brown, enjoy being brown. Okay, so this is what we mean by mass culture coming through the media. Okay, now we want to Koreanize everything. Okay, our Maggi also, instant noodle also now got Korean taste. Everything must be super hot and spicy. Okay, super hot and spicy, just get your chili padi. We've got it all this while, right? Okay, so this is what we mean by mass culture. It is created, okay, and then it does not discriminate, and it benefits and it profits somebody, and most of the time it is not you. Okay, so mass culture, okay, media and culture relationship, mass culture, okay, quality and basis, okay, is always about popular appeal. What is popular? You know what's popular, right? It doesn't have to be anything that is significant. It doesn't have to be meaningful, as long as it is attractive. So mass culture works on what is popular. Okay, Korean, popular now. Can make money. How does things become popular? When people in big numbers starts to like it. Okay? And then we can say that mass culture is actually a result of communication technology. Okay? How did your grandparents learn about Beatles? Because they started to have radio and television. No radio, no TV, Beatles would be stuck in the UK. Can you understand what I'm saying? All right. How come there is a very fast development from American pop to K-pop? Suddenly people can adopt K-pop because of technology. Because in just a couple of months, the Koreans are everywhere. On Netflix, on Astro, okay, in every media outlet. Okay. And mass culture, okay, focuses on the commodification and marketization of culture. This is a very important statement. What do we mean by commodify? Turning things into something that can be, turning it into a product. Okay, you commodify culture. How do you turn a culture into product? Okay, for example, if an apple is just a fruit. How do you commodify apple? You turn it into applesauce, and then you turn it into what we call it, apple jam, apple pie, apple everything. Okay, so it becomes a product, commodify. And how do you sell? You have to market, promote. Okay, how do they promote apples? It's sweet, it's nice, it's healthy. They put values in that particular product. Can you understand? So the same thing with what we have been discussing just now. McDonald's. How to sell the burger? You put value in that burger. Oh, the burger is just like an American, how the Americans eat it. Okay, and they market the burger. How do they market the burger? Okay, the burger looks juicy. Okay, when you buy the burger, you get the toys. Okay. We can also see this, okay, commodification and marketization of culture. Our definition of beauty. What is beautiful? Okay. Lubnan, can you give me an example of an actress that you think is beautiful?
Helena.
Lisa, but she's Blackpink, I think.
Lisa Blackpink. Okay, this is my daughter's favorite also. Lisa Blackpink. Okay. All right, Izati, you wanted to mention someone just now?
Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter. Okay, maybe young children here don't know Helena Bonham Carter because she's old already.
She's really good.
Okay, she's really good. All right.
She's amazing in what she does and the genre that fits her.
Okay. All right. Yes, Hayati, you wanted to mention who? It's okay. Who's pretty to you? Okay, never mind. That doesn't mean it's just boys. Who's pretty?
Kajol.
Kajol. Okay, Kajol. Okay, Kajol, not Kajol, Okay, Kajol. Okay, if you don't know who's that, okay, you can Google her up. She's very pretty. Okay, she's a Hindustani film actress. Okay, who else? Okay, Hindi, okay.
Indian. Hindustani is a term for a small part of India.
Okay, so what do I call her? Indian actress. Indian. Okay, an Indian actress. Okay, Yan Fang Ma. Who is pretty? It's okay, can be Chinese actress also. But I have to Google lah.
I think the Liu Yifei.
Lo Yifei, can you spell it out?
They have a famous movie, just Mulan.
Mulan, or the one in Mulan.
Yes.
The Mulan actress. Okay. All right. Okay, I ask one more person lah. Okay, Mizan. All right. Who do you think is pretty?
I think it's Lily Collins.
Lily Collins. Yes, because the last class I asked, they all think Lily Collins is pretty because
She's
they
like,
all watch in Paris. Okay. Yes, but I think she's very pretty too. But point is what? When we talk about beauty, all right, we always have the same definition. You can say it's Kajol, you can say the Chinese actress just now, you can say Mira Filza, okay? You can say, I don't know who else, Laudia Cynthia Bella, okay? You can say, who just now, Lily Collins, okay? But they're all always our definition of beauty, always fair. You can say Kajol, but Kajol is a fair Indian. Okay? They are always fair and then they've got big eyes. Lisa got big eyes. Why didn't you choose Jeannie? Okay? Jeannie, is it Jenny? Oh my God, so malu. Jenny.
It's Jenny.
All right. Okay, Mak Jenny is cute too lah, alright lah, whatever. But point is, fair usually lah. I'm talking about in general. Alright, we all have a general stereotypical definition of beauty. Usually it's fair. It's usually sharp nose, big eyes. Right, you can't name me an Indian actress, but she will be the fairer ones. You can say Beyonce. Beyonce does not even look black most of the time. Okay? So why? Why do we have this simple, very simplistic understanding of beauty? Okay? That we watch the Malay dramas is always the fair actress. Okay? Okay, I cannot say about
Colonization has embedded all of us.
Pardon? Sorry, Nabila?
Colonization of the Europeans have embedded colorism into all of us. So we see, even from back then, that white Western features like blue eyes, blonde hair, fair, pink pigments is superior, is beautiful, is like how they portray Jesus as white.
Yes, right?
When some people portray Jesus as black.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. That's partly it. Okay. And this is what we start by trying to show how media influences our culture. Media tells us what is beautiful because the images that you see in the media, whether it's a Indian film, Spanish film, local film, it features the same characteristics of beauty. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay. And why is it they give us a mass interpretation? That means one type of beauty. This is mass culture because it becomes easy to sell products. What is beautiful? People, to look beautiful, you must have red lips. Okay? What red lips? Sell lipstick. Lipstick red color. Then we all want to be pretty, right? We cannot deny that. Okay, how to be pretty? Oh, I must be fair. How to be fair? Buy the products. Whitening products, talcum powder, whatever you can put on your face. Okay, and then they tell you, okay lah, you don't want to put products, you can have cosmetic surgery. Also what? Commodification. Beauty can be sold. Can you understand what I'm saying? All right, you can look like Lisa. You can color your hair like Lisa. Buy the product, go to the salon. So everything becomes marketization of culture. That the culture of beauty is a $1 billion market. Can you follow? Okay, so they need, like, for example, these movies, this drama series like Emily in Paris, what else? Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars, I don't know what else you are watching. But all of those products, all of those series or TV programs, do they market culture, fashion, makeup, handbags? Yes. So this is what we mean, commodification and marketization of culture. Mass culture is a commodity. Okay? McDonald's, commodity. Eating burger has become a commodity. Eating pizza become commodity. Why? Because it can be marketed and then it can make money. Can you follow what we mean by commodification and marketization of culture? So that's why we go back to that handbag just now. Okay, we put value up to 1 million ringgit for a piece of bag because it has symbolic meaning. Because there is culture that associate the bag with success. Okay? So the same thing, right? We, what we call it, we measure beauty usually with stereotypical, okay, very singular way. Okay, fair, big eyes, sharp nose. The same thing, we judge a successful man. How do we judge a successful man?
Cars.
Big cars.
The cars he drives and the watches he wears and
yes, big cars, big house. Okay,
His position.
his position, most importantly, big wives.
Their dress.
What? His dress?
That's their outfit.
Yeah, their outfit, right? That's how we judge a successful man. Because when we watch on TV, the successful man wears a tuxedo, drives a big car. Okay lah, not a big wives. Okay, not big wife, but many wives. Okay, so then our understanding of a successful man is a wealthy, professional, okay, white looking, tall and handsome. But you see most successful men not that handsome. Huh? Can or cannot? Okay, but as long as you're rich, you're automatically handsome. Trust me. Okay? So that's the definition of successful man. But in Islam, what is the successful man? I don't know already. Islam say what? What is a successful man?
Pray 5 times a day.
Pray 5 times a day.
Obey their parents.
Meaning.
Just a good Muslim is a successful man who is able to, you know, devote his entire life to God, for example. Okay? Probably if we will consider an Islamic interpretation, the successful man would probably the poor guy who sweeps at the masjid. Probably. But we don't have that interpretation. We don't take that interpretation because our understanding of a successful man relate to materialism. And it relates to what? Capitalism, westernization, industrialization. Can you follow? Okay. So all of this relates to globalization. Media has allowed for globalization. Globalization means what? We are all under one global society. We're just the same. We eat the same food. Okay, we can speak the same language, especially young children today. 4 or 5 years old, they all can speak English. They don't go to school. Their parents don't speak English. They speak English. American English somehow. Why? Because they're all watching YouTube. By 3 years old, they've already asked you to subscribe. Okay? So this is it. Globalization. Okay? But later on, we will study specifically on globalization. You must understand that globalization is an economic term. Okay? How we are being controlled economically. That McDonald's controls us economically. And McDonald's kills off what? Small local businesses. Okay? But there is, of course, a good part of it, you know, there's cultural diversity. We must acknowledge cultural diversity. And then it asks us to look at our own identity. That today, no one is actually very singular in their identity. We are all, some people call as hybrids, right? Okay, I'm Malay, but I am a Malay who don't watch Malay film. Okay, Malays that's only going to speak in English. Okay, so we have different culture. Okay, and then media has created a lot of effect on gender and the creation of subcultures. Gender, especially related to women. Because media, okay, scientifically has been proven, influences the women more. Advertising, their main target is women. Okay, but it doesn't mean they don't target men. But the effect is mostly, okay, on women. Okay? So the creation of subculture, what is subculture? Okay? You have a big culture, right? The Malay culture, but under Malay culture, you have smaller culture. People who live in Kelantan have their own culture, Kedah have their own culture. Okay? So those are subcultures. But now with the media, there is just so many subcultures. Isn't it, right? Okay, depends on what you watch, on who you follow. Okay? But okay, at the end of the day, when we talk about mass culture, okay, the problem that we find is when there is ideology and hegemony embedded in cultural forms. Okay, that when you eat McDonald's, that when we watch Netflix, that when we watch Emily in Paris, there is a certain ideology. What is ideology? a certain way of thinking, a certain belief system. Okay, what kind of belief system? The belief system that we adopt now. Capitalism, materialism. How to be happy? I need that $200,000 handbag. That is an ideology. Okay, how to be a successful man? Oh, I need to get that, what we call it, Ferrari, for example. If I have that Ferrari, red color, the flatter, the better. Okay, I'm a successful man. I can be proud when I go driving. You understand ideology? Okay, and the ideology of modernity. So these neo-ideologies have consumed us that we tend to forget other ideologies. Probably even our Muslim ideology. Okay? That when a woman wants to find a husband, what does she look at first? What do you look at first when you want to find a husband? Huh?
Height.
The height. Okay, how thick is his, what we call it, wallet?
Financial status.
Financial status.
Hygiene.
Pardon?
Hygiene.
Hygiene. So all of these values, they don't care whether you pray 5 times a day, whether you khatam Quran, whether you go for Friday prayers, that's not important anymore. A change in ideology. Okay, hygiene lah. What just now you say? Height. Okay, the taller, the better the iman. That is it. Okay? Right? But point is what? The change in our belief system. And this ideology also relates to hegemony. What is hegemony? Hegemony is when we are being controlled, okay, when there is a power that wants to overpower us, but we readily accept. Okay? Hegemony is somewhat like, colonization. Colonization is when you are being overpowered by force. Okay, in the 50s, 60s, the British, they come here, they force us to eat their food, they force us to learn their language, okay, it was by force. Okay, if probably, okay, in the 1940s, okay, if an English army, okay, English soldier comes to your grandmother and force your grandmother to wear the mini skirt, put a gun to her head, she would probably rather die because it was by force. She might be thinking, oh, this is my values, this is my culture. But today you see thousands of Malay girls wearing mini skirts. Nobody put a gun on their head. But why do they adopt that? They readily, happily, and feel proud and think that they look very pretty because there is hegemony. Okay? They are being overpowered, being controlled, but they don't see it as a problem. They accept it. Okay? So wearing a mini skirt, for example, can be hegemony in cultural forms. We let go of our own value system, we let go of our own cultural system, and then we accept this new system. Okay? Or many feminists will be angry if I say that. Feminists say, never mind lah, I want to wear short skirt, long skirt, no skirt. Okay? So of course, there are so many arguments that we can take, okay? But this is what we are going to talk about in this course. If we focus on media and culture relationship. Okay, we stop here today. Any questions?
Madam, I don't really understand what Madam Nightwema, before Madam's, like the topic Madam was talking about that could anger feminists.
Oh yes, because I just said just now, all right, that those who wear, for example, miniskirts are example of being hegemonized. Okay, that they are being hegemonized, okay, being controlled, being influenced without them realizing it. Okay, because I gave you the example just now, right? If the grandmother that lived in 1940s, they were being forced by force, put a gun to their head, they will not wear that miniskirt. But today you see a lot of girls adopting it, wearing it, because they consider it as fashion and trend. Okay, without realizing also that these are all cultural values, hegemonies that are being embedded. Because when you wear that short skirt, that mini skirt, you let go of your religious, your ethnic, your cultural values. And when you wear that mini skirt, you adopt the Western ideology, the Western understanding of what is fashionable, of what is liberation. Okay? All right. Any questions? Okay, so I hope we leave the class today with you putting more thoughts about what is going on around you, about your own media consumption, about your own life choices. Okay? So would you pay more for McDonald's or for the ayam goreng kunyit? Up to you. Okay? All right, yes. Thank you also, Aisha. It was fun. Now you can go back to your Netflix. Right. Okay, we talk about culture lah, talk about hegemony lah. Okay, and then after this you forget because you switch on Netflix and it's fun and entertaining. And then we forget everything about culture and hegemony and values. Right? Okay, so that's it. Any other questions? True, yeah. Okay, Aisha, don't make it true, Aisha. No. Okay, be strong. All right? Yes, I've watched it in 3 days. Is it good? Good for research, Alif. Yes, I do it for research too. If not, I have no example to share with you, right? Okay, of course lah, the drama Emily in Paris is fun, but it's really, to me, very superficial lah. Okay, does not give you any meaning. And if I'm French, I really don't like this movie. Always putting me down.
A lot of French people actually, Parisian people actually, clap back against that series because a lot of things in there was not accurate.
Yes, and yet the French are going after the Muslims. They're not going after the Americans, so putting them down. Okay, I watch Netflix for research, okay? Yes, more research for you, Alif. Okay, but to do research, we need to read all, Alif. Then you need to do comparison. So after you watch Netflix, you read the Quranic interpretations. Then only you can compare, yeah, Alif. Right?
MashaAllah, madam, madam.
Yeah. The Muslims, okay, other resources as well. Okay, all right lah. Okay, we end the class today with tasbih, kafarah, and one else. Okay, thank you class. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Arigato.
Who said arigato? That was so cute.